Well, straight ahead, a top House Intelligence Committee member is the latest Democrat to call on President Biden to withdraw from the 2024 race. There are now 17 Democratic lawmakers telling the president to clear the way for another candidate.
Madeleine Rivera has the latest for us. Hey, Maddie.
Hey, good morning, guys. For several Democrats, the president's performance at the news conference last night didn't inspire confidence. Instead, they say that constant hand-wringing is exactly the reason why he should drop out of the race.
It's really not about tonight. And one of the really kind of sick aspects of this moment is that we are watching every speech, every rally, every debate and saying, how did he do today? And that's just not the way to think about the presidency of the United States.
One Democratic lawmaker, Congresswoman Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez, is even suggesting the president resign. Some Democrats are hoping former President Obama and former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who reportedly have spoken in recent days about the president's campaign, can convince the president to step aside. CNN reporting they spoke with more than a dozen members of Congress, operatives, and multiple people in touch with both Obama and Pelosi, many of whom say that the end for Biden's candidacy feels clear, and at this point it's just a matter of how it plays out, even after Thursday night's news conference. But Congressman Jim Clyburn, a top ally of the president, says he's still standing behind him.
The conversation should focus on the record of this administration, on the alternative to his election, and let Joe Biden continue to make his own decisions about his future. He's earned that right. And I am going to give him that much respect. If he decides to change his mind later on, then we will respond to that.
Going back to the news conference last night, our Peter Doocy, who was in the room, had a lot of questions. One of them was what the president feels about his former boss reportedly working quietly to replace him at the top of the ticket. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, that would bug me. All right, Maddie, thank you very much.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
All right. I just feel bad for George Clooney. I feel bad for Rob Reiner, and I feel for Michael Moore because I don't think he's leaving.
He's not leaving.
I don't think he's leaving.
He's not leaving.
You really feel bad for them?
Nope. I do not feel bad.
I still think he's leaving.
Right.
We have a dollar back.
We're getting closer to that dollar, Steve. I will say this. I do find it interesting. Clyburn and Nancy Pelosi are normally in lockstep together. He was minority whip. He whipped all the votes for her when she was speaker. And to see them a little distance from each other is interesting.
And the Congressional Black Caucus, 60 strong,
exactly
standing behind him.
Just keep in mind, these are politicians, and what they say on camera is 100% often different than what they say to each other.
That's true. We know that.
Yep.
Right?
They told us he was fine. Yesterday was the first day when I thought maybe he will drop out because the rhetoric was getting stronger and stronger, more and more supporters. But then after last night, if you go on social media, if you watch the other networks, they're all singing his praises for the most part. He did a great job.
Well, it's so interesting, Ainsley, because you talked about the rhetoric. I think the rhetoric that's coming out is actually having the reverse effect on him. I think he's digging in his heels every time. The Bidens have always felt like they've been ganged up on. The Obamas really didn't like them. Hillary Clinton made fun of him. He wasn't included in the decisions. And because they have become a joke now to the world,
they will show you. We're in charge.
He knows his president still.
There's an item in the New York Post today that she was at a private fundraiser with an investment banker, Hillary Clinton, and she came out and said that Joe Biden is like your father, who you won't give up the keys to his car. Wow. You just got to take him.
I mean, the president of the United States.
And this is Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. Well, did you watch, or I think it was Vanity Fair, and Jill Biden was on the front cover right after the debate, and the headline was, "We will decide."
Yeah.
Wow. I think that was Vogue.
Was it Vogue?
Yeah.
One of those, one of those magazines that never put Melania on.
Right. Or me. Right. Never been on the cover of Vogue.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.